Hey folks, Tom here, Frugal Prepper. So, if you get the idea to have somebody do a cut and run on your tree, or leave lay, you might double think that. So, oh man, it's a nightmare out here. So you can see, like, there was this much over in the neighbor's yard too, and we got all cleaned up, hauled all the branches to the back, and there's some pieces of wood over here. But I still have all this to clean up here. And over here, I've got more over in the neighbor's yard here, but this house is empty. It's in a foreclosure, so I'm not so worried about that. I'll get it. Yeah, this is unbelievably a cutback. So go over to Ohio Happy Gardeners channel. I'll put a link up in the corner, and even if you don't subscribe, just leave him a comment and say Frugal Prepper said thanks, because that man is a machine with a chainsaw. I couldn't keep up with him. I had to take breaks, and he just kept going and going and going. I think he had like one glass of water the whole day, and it was like 95 and humid as crazy. But they still have all this to cut and get out of here. So he just came out with his little Homelight chainsaw and just started cutting and cutting and cutting. But this was all the way over here, like practically touching the shed. So we had to cut this path out here. Then we had to cut a path down in front of the porch there. But then there was a bunch they left laying on the roof. And Ohio Happy got up there and pulled all that down for me. After that, so we cleaned this out once to get a path over to the neighbors, because my concern yesterday was just to get the neighbors' yard cleared out, so that he's not dealing with this, and then I can work on this as I can. But then all this pile that was laying here was all cleaned out, and this was all up on my roof, and they didn't even pull it off of my roof for me. And I don't know, the tree's a little butchered up. We'll see if it lives. This isn't exactly what I wanted. That's what you get for $600. So if it doesn't live, well, it's that much less to cut when we cut it down. I mostly just wanted to take 20 feet off to lighten the wind load, and that's what I got. So I might have been better off to go with the guys that wanted $3,000 just to do the whole job, but oh well. I'm in for a penny, in for a pound now. There's a pile of wood there. Just cut up a little more, and then here's the other shorter pieces of wood that we cut are all stacked back here. I'll probably have at least that much more again. And then all of the small branches are here. So Ohio Happy Gardeners let me use his wood chipper to chip all this up. But we've just been hauling it back here with the truck for now and dumping it out. It's a place to keep it. But I don't have to chip all this up. And there's also more over here. It got hauled back here. This, we all started hauling it back by hand and stacking it here, and then I was like, screw that, I'm using the truck and bringing it back. So if you stack it in the truck right, you can just grab the back of it, pull it out, set it on the ground, and then drive away. That was going well, and then I lost the brakes on my truck. So the rusty brake line I've been looking at, knowing I need to replace, finally decided to let go. So my goal today is to get the wood chipper running. It's got some issues. I just need to clean out the carburetor probably. And then once I get the truck fixed, because I need the truck to haul this wood back and forth. It's a lot faster that way. So that's where I'm at. I just have to work on it a little at a time. Try to get this cleaned out of here. I wanted to save money. But I had enough of my savings. I probably could have just paid them to do it. But, you know, sometimes things seem like a great idea, and I just didn't. I knew there would be a lot. I didn't fathom it was going to be this much. So, I did my Ryobi chainsaw. It just, especially after it gets hot after a while, it just doesn't want to start and idle. So for the smaller stuff, here I went out and bought this DeWalt 12 incher, and this thing's actually a beast. I mean, this thing cuts some stuff. And the batteries actually last quite a while. I can do about a half hour of cutting on a 5 amp hour, a little less on a 4. They didn't have any more 5 amp hour batteries. You can see where we've been changing chains and stuff in here on my workbench. Let me turn on a light for y'all. Holy crap. It's hot and humid today too. I went out and grabbed a 2-pack of 4 amp hours. That was the biggest that they had at Rural King. So I still just have the one charger, but I got that 5 amp hour. But those 2 4 amp hour batteries were like $180, but the saw was $149. It's just like, yeah, well, you know, I'm gonna spend as much money just getting this done as I would have just to pay somebody to do it. By the time I take into account saws, chains, and bent bars, and you know, it goes on and on and on. So like by the time I got a Rural King yesterday, I dropped like $400. I guess it'll probably still come out to be cheaper, but it's a lot of work. I would be better off to pay somebody a little better with a chipper to just take care of this and pay them more, and just keep wrenching on cars and doing my thing to make money. Sometimes you're better off to pay somebody else for what they're good at, and you just do what you're good at to pay them, you know. But I couldn't have done what I did yesterday. I was just been totally screwed, and if it hadn't been for Ohio Happy Gardener, so say thanks to him and my other friend who I did the Equinox work for. He came over and helped a lot too. So, but now I'm at a point where I can just kind of keep working on this. My goal is to get it right here by the house and stuff cleaned out next. But first, I got to get the brakes fixed on the truck. And this is Ohio Happy Gardener's wood chipper. It just need to clean the carburetor out from where it's been sitting, I think. And then I'll get that running. And that's going to come in handy. That'll go up to about a 2.5, 3 inch to chip it. So all those smaller branches can be turned into mulch. But yeah, I'm sure I'll probably still be out here in February cleaning up branches. Oh boy. Alright, I'll talk to y'all later. It's Tom, your Frugal Prepper. Alright folks, so it's like dark 30. I got the brakes fixed. I did not get the wood chipper running. I'm going to try to work on that some tomorrow. I cut up some more of the stuff that's in the neighbor's yard and got that out, another truckload of wood out, and then I got branches to haul back. Tailgate hinge broke on the truck, so I ordered those on Amazon. It's pretty simple. I may just take the tailgate off for right now and just run it gateless. I'm just using it, like I pull it up front, load it up with a bunch of wood, pull it out, down back, unload it all. It just makes the process faster. But I've got weeks of work ahead of me. It's insane. But I'm getting it done. This little DeWalt chainsaw, man, this thing has been a trooper. This is the 12-inch XR brushless. But yeah, this thing, just grab a battery here. This thing works awesome. I'm glad I went with this and not a Ryobi, because it's just been. I cut with it all day yesterday. Cut with it good solid hour and a half today. The 4 amp hour battery packs, I get about a good half hour really solid, just like constantly running it, cutting out of it. The 5 amp hour a little longer, and so those DeWalt batteries are expensive, but they seem to really put out the juice and last, and I'm pretty happy. I think DeWalt, like Ryobi, is good if you just need an occasional thing to use, but I found it doesn't hold up over time. But man, this DeWalt stuff just seems to be a really good value. Like, it's decent quality stuff for the money. So I still have to get the chipper going. I'll get that done hopefully in the next couple days. Start chipping up branches, but my main goal right now is just to get all the branches moved back. And I'm sore. I mean, my muscles are tore up. My legs are just like, once I get moving, I'm fine. But if I sit down for a while, it's just like everything kind of, and it just doesn't want to move. I've wore out several pairs of these Harbor Freight cheapy gloves so far. Buy another pack of those, and just all you can do is like keep working. Like it's just, I mean, I know I used to help cut firewood when I was a kid, but my dad did most of the sawing, and I just carried. And you just don't understand how much work it is to be like running a chainsaw, tangled up in branches, cutting stuff, and just trying to keep your balance because your footing's all twisted up in limbs, and it's just, and you got to be methodical about it so you don't cut your hand off, you know. So it's a job, but what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and I just want to get this done so I can get on with fixing cars. All right, I'll talk to y'all later. It's Tom, your Frugal Prepper.